In this section, we will be talking about the recruitment process, initiate about the recruitment processes. We talked about the manpower planning previously. Okay. So this is the overall, design of recruitment processes or the model of the recruitment processes used by almost all the organization. Okay. And this actually has been quite popular in different aspects, and it covers the entire recruitment processes. Okay. And we have seen that in the the introduction slide that we actually differentiate between recruitment and the selection processes. So we'll be talking about the recruitment processes here. The entire talent acquisition actually covers manpower planning, recruitment, as well as the selection processes. Okay. So this is actually the entire recruitment model, or we can say as outline. Okay. This has been, designed to take care of the make informed decision along the way to increase the chances of reaching their recruitment objective. Okay. Each step in the model we'll be discussing about, and we'll see the different parts of the components. So first of that is what we call as the establishing the recruitment objective. This objective should be aligned with the strategic objective of the organization. For example, if the organization's strategic objective is to lead in the customer services, they should be kept in mind while deciding whom to recruit or what will be the target of the recruitment processes. Ideally, those involved in the recruitment function should have the input from the key business strategic decision. If an employer wants to open up a new location in an area where the labor demands exceeds the supply, for example, a knowledgeable person to recruit or the recruitment of the function should explain to the hiring manager the need of designing the competitive rewards and the packages, and to expect longer than the typical time frame work for filling up the processes. So the basically the common recruitment objectives are the numbers of the employees, number of the positions need to be filled up. If the organization wants to fill up three job opening in a customer services, or the objective time on which, say, if it need to be filled up in 30 days, the type of the work experience. Many employers focus on the pre-hire outcomes, such as whether the open positions are filled in a time manner, but increasingly the employers are also paying attention to the post-hire outcomes, such as the new hire initial job performance. Recruitment managers should ask for the input from the others in the organization when establishing the recruitment objective. For example, an HR manager in the charge of the employee selection can share information about the skills of the organization need in a new employee. Functional managers who will be working with the new employee can be valuable sources for the information that should be communicated by to the applicants. By obtaining the input from the different input from the outside the HR department, recruitment manager will have the additional information to improve the process, and they will be developing allies to support the future recruitment action. When establishing the recruitment objective, there are two additional points to consider. First, HR should gain agreement on how the objective will be measured. For example, will the quality of the new hire will be evaluated based on the objective performance of the data, a supervisor judgment, or customer rating. What should be the will be the higher of the job performance values. Okay. Secondly, the employer should be aware of such nuisance as labor market. For example, the job qualified candidates to be plenty, whereas also the jobs that may be scarce in the market. The second line is to develop a recruitment strategy. Okay. Developing a recruitment strategy is the next step for establishing the recruitment objective to fill up the job opening. This phase involves the establishment of the specific plans of action to meet the recruitment objectives. For determining the type of the individuals that should be targeted for recruitment, that is those who have having certain skill sets or experiences in a particular things was initially addressed while discussing the establishment of the recruitment objective. With regarding to the strategy development as an organization should future further specify on the job applicants since it wants. For example, does the organization wants to recruit recent college graduates, individuals who are currently with its customers or the competitors, or members of some distinct groups? For example, many organizations hires military veterans for their organizations, especially where military veterans are quite very in demand, especially into telecommunication, into security services, and so on. In the administration department also, this military veterans are quite preferred. Until an organization identifies the type of individual it wants to recruit, it will be difficult for making the the decisions or making the informed decision about that strategy related to the topic. To answer all these questions, say for example, what type of individuals should be targeted, what recruitment message should be communicated, what are can be the target individual best to be reached, what should be the recruitment campaign we begin with that, what should be the nature of the site visits or different signs of that. Okay, to answer all this question, an employee may need to do some research on their individuals, such as evaluation of the past recruitment processes, effort, and determine what sources of recruitment worked best in the past. Once the strategy has been developed, the objective has been defined, the strategies has been developed, the third process or the next process is carry out the recruitment activities. The thoughtfulness of the development of the recruitment strategy is critical. If an employer is to derive maximum value from its recruitment activities, having established a coherent strategies, the next step is to carry out the recruitment activities like advertising a job opening on the organizational website that are consistent with the strategies. Detail about the recruitment activities and we'll be discussing about now. Okay, so basically, when we're talking about the thing is that effect need to be effectively measured and evaluated on the recruitment result that we discussed around in this this part, that is development of the recruitment studies. The evaluation of the previous or the measurement is important to evaluate, and then on the basis of that we can actually work on the thing. The effective measurement is the vital of the determining whether the recruitment objective has been achieved. Yet many organizations do it not very formal in doing that, but still it is advisable to go on the formal basis and evaluate the previous recruitment processes and the results. Okay, that will help us to realign our strategies and realign our objectives. In some cases this is because they are why people are having an informal way is that they do not gather the data that are important in the recruitment matrices. Okay, so for if when we talk about recruitment matrices, that is required is time to hire, cost of filling up the position, yield ratio of each recruitment method, because the recruitment method can differ from. We'll be checking out the different methods of recruitment in the later section. Okay, and then we have the new employee retention rate, new employee performance level. All these measures actually helps us to identify whether our recruitment process or the recruitment that strategy that we have been evaluated the previous that has been done is actually working quite fine, or there is a loophole, and according to that we need to align the processes on that. So if we evaluate and measures the processes, that actually help us to make some necessary changes in our the process or the strategy. Okay, so for this is the detail from SHRM that has been published earlier in around 2008. Okay, so if there are possible changes that prompted by an evaluation of the recruitment process, so newly recruited employees who quit said that they did not understand what the job involved. Okay. Now that actually triggers the process that is required is that for the future, the target individual who previously worked for the organization or who works in the similar job to provide a realistic job preview. Okay, so that is why the HR recruitment manager need to look outside the HR department to understand how the entire what is actually the job need design need to be worked on. Okay. Or it can be that the employee referral program is lacking in terms of the number and the quality of the applicants generated. Okay, so we can work on that. On the changes that we can make is on the basis of the offer a referral bonus that is contingent in retention for 1 year and on the satisfactory new higher performance. Okay. Now, what happens in most of the organization that has a referral program? Okay, so you refer a candidates. This is for the organization. You get some amount of money. Okay. Now it's important to understand that if simply giving us, the money or anything in respect to the referral program, if we link that to the performance of the individual, because what happens, what the benefit of the referral program is that the person is, we assume that the person actually is aware of the pros and cons or the different characteristics of the individual whom he or she is referring. Okay, now if we link the performance, satisfactory performance, and pay after 1 year, okay, it actually creates an pressure on referral process to be more accurate, so that yeah, not only the pool is generated, but also the if I refer a candidate for my organization for the new hire, for on the basis of the reference, I know that it will be evaluated, and if the performance is satisfactory, I will get a money. Okay, so I will not refer any candidate who are not who is not very good in who will not able to meet the satisfactory level, because if I am working in the organization, I can understand what is the performance level the company is looking forward for. Now, the next is that the several applicants withdrawing during the recruitment processes. That is actually happens in most of the cases, and many of the recruitment managers are actually worried about this processes, that many of the applicants withdraw during the entire recruitment process. Okay, so you can select the design a job and everything has been done. So they have applied and suddenly they do not turn for the interview. That's a normal processes. Okay, now that need to be understand that if we start the recruitment processes early and make them timely good offer or job offer. Okay, many candidates, it has been noticed that it is because the organization has not able to answer or can reply to the candidate on a required as on time. Actually the applicants actually withdraw the from them, because person who are actually an active candidate, so looking forward for different part. So if I am an active candidate, I will be applying not only for one organization, a couple of organization. So it is important for a person to decide and come up with the processes that is timely time bound, because if it's a delay, I will be joining the other organization. Okay, and then only few of the colleges provide sufficient number of applicants to justify the cost of the college visit. Now it's important, it's very pertinent in case of recruitment processes, especially in the campus recruitment. So those HRs actually involved in the campus recruitment process would agree to me that when then it has been decided by the colleges, or it has been communicated by the college that 100 candidates will be sitting for the interview, and on the date of the interview, when you reach to the college, you actually get a lesser number of time. Okay, now for that you need to place greater emphasis on those colleges and select new colleges that has got the similar attributes. Okay, So many colleges that are quite old, they have got a good market reputation. Now this on the basis of the perspective of the students, or the perspective of the this college going students, they actually check out the organization. Okay, so it is usually to give an opportunity to those colleges that have got new who are quite new, but at the same time the ranking and the different perspective has been positively taken care of. Okay. Now, the new hires complained that it was difficult to submit a resume on the organization website. Okay, many of the organization's websites are not compatible with that. Okay, so you need to understand or change the the website so that applicants can cut paste the can paste in the resume or attach in the resume in such a manner that quickly, because you need to understand that at the same time when the many of the applicants are working on applying through the, desktop or laptops, they are many of the applicants are also applying through mobile. Okay, so it is important to understand that the website should be mobile friendly, so that the attachment can be faced up or the copy paste can be done in a proper manner. Now the recruiters have substantially differentiated the yield in the terms of the number and the quality of the new hire. Use those recruiters with the best yield and or train those who are not performing as well. Now, recruiters are very important to understand that because all the recruitment managers or recruitment executive need to understand the job properly, need to understand everything properly so that the best output can be given up. Now it's important to understand the job applicant's perspective. A recruitment manager should be expert in understanding the job applicant's perspective, because that is very important if we understand the psychology of the job applicants. So in addition to the desired of the employers outcomes during the recruitment processes to achieve the best result, it is also helpful to understand the applicant's perspective. Now the applicant's perspective is the first part, is that we need to have an attracting and the attentions of the individual targeted candidates for recruitment processes. Though it seems obvious that the successful recruitment campaign are those that attracts the attention of the right applicants. Some employers are highly visible organization with a positive reputation that makes easily applied for the qualified candidates for the job. But many companies have the difficulty in reaching the intended audience. For example, if the candidates are happily employed elsewhere, social networking sites have made it easier for an employer to attract the attention of the individual they would like to recruit, even if those individuals are not actively looking forward for a job, or we can say that those are the passive candidates. In some situation, though an employer's targeted audience may not have a strong perseverance on the internet, presence on the internet, in some cases the employer should change the way they recruit for specific audiences. So many organization offers recruitment approaches, including running short videos featuring the job openings and other moves that is available on the transferred through WhatsApp or some like LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. The second important point is to generating the interest in the job opening. Okay, we talked about the the job uh, design that actually pushes the employee to apply for the job. Okay, so once the organization has got the candidate's attention, it needs to give the person the reason to apply for the job. So the first variable is the position's attractiveness. Okay. Position's attractiveness in the form of job duties, compensation, benefits, geographical location, and related to position attractiveness. The impact on any of these aspects that depends upon the type of person being recruited. Ideally, recruitment managers is targeted the people who are attracted to what they are offering. For instance, for retiree who consider returning to work, ability to work part-time makes a position more attractive. Some employers even tailor the job or to the target audience. For example, to make the position more attractive, so recent to recent colleges or many organizations helping new hires repay their students loan. The effect of the generalization differences may have on the con, uh, con, constitute the job attractiveness for recently received a lot of attention. For example, research shows that millennials are attracted to socially responsible organization that offers things such as flexible work schedule, work-life balance, opportunity to work on a meaningful task. However, other experts have questions those extents in the generalization differences. In addition to the position attractiveness, a person's interest in job opening is affected by his or her expectations or receiving the job offer. Not surprisingly, the people who believe that they have good chances to receive a job offer shows that more interest in the job. Their variables should be viewed in isolation, though it's if the position is particularly desirable, the employee individuals may apply even if for the belief and the chance of receiving a job offer is less. The third variable, that is the alternative opportunity, is influences the job interest, the concern. An employee has the thing he or she will have. These alternatives include remaining employed in his or her current job, the likelihood of the alternative job offers, returning to the schools or retiring. Researchers have shown that individuals who perceive more alternatives for job opening are less likely to be interested in it, especially if any one of the alternatives that seem to be more attractive than the opening on the other consideration. The importance that finding is in addressed in the next part. The accuracy of the applicants expectations about the job, also the merits attentions. Applicants have been inaccurate expectations about the job that has been applied. In such case, this may be because of in such case there can be because of the job offer it has been applied for. The accuracy of the applicant's expectation about the job also merits attention. The applicants often have inaccurate expectations about the job they have applied for. In some cases, there can be because the employer made a job appear as attractive as possible to broaden the applicant's pool and to increase the likelihood that a job offer will be accepted. This recruitment approach can cause problems. For example, as the candidates were inflated expectations, learn more about the organization and the position during the recruitment processes, they may withdraw their applicants later in the processes after applying after the employers are exposed considerable resources recruiting them. For candidates with inflated expectations, may also become aware of that what things are really like they are hired for working. These individuals are more likely to quit their jobs with their new hires and the realistic expectations. Employer then should ensure that the applicants, such as the realistic job expectations to the job of the organization, there are two different approaches for doing so. Targeting certain types of persons for recruitment and providing realistic job information during the recruitment process. Both the approaches are discussed in the later sections. In addition to the attractiveness of the job opening, the person's expectations to the job offer, other than the factor that affects on whether the person applies for a job, including the ease and which they apply for the positions, other decisions a candidates makes during the recruitment processes is whether to remain a job candidate. Over the course of the recruitment processes, applicants' perceptions frequently changes. Several factors that can influence whether applicants remains interesting in the job. For example, a person for thought he she has a good chance of receiving a job offer may lose interest if the employer fails to contact in a timely fashion after an interview. Alternatively, the organization that initially viewed as the backup option may be viewed for more positive after the applicants visit the corporate headquarters. The final decision a candidate makes is whether to accept the job offer or not. The attractiveness of the position is clearly a measure determinants for other factors also play a role. For example, the time frame for accepting the job offer can be important because the candidate may or may not want to make a decision until he or she has heard from others employers. Sometimes the candidate's treatment during the recruitment processes lead the persons to believe he or she was not the first chosen one, and so on. If we look at the entire processes, we talked about the entire process of our recruitment, that is establishing the recruitment objective or developing the recruitment strategies, no, objectives and merit of the evaluation. This is where the applicants actually view the recruitment processes from the top. Okay, so it talks about the applicant's decision making process is influenced by each stage of the position's attractiveness. Okay, the attributes we talked about, the different perception about the information that is available related to job, the the Glassdoor rating, the time of the recruitment actions for the employers. Of example, to be more specific, the employer's initial recruitment actions such as contacting the individual for a on a social networking sites may result in some individual applying for the position and other not submitting on the application. For example, those who are applying some way may decline an invitation for the site visit and so on. Okay. Other candidates may accept the invitation for a site visit. For those so the entire organizations the processes we actually make, our internal processes, these are the some important points that actually the positions attributes, expectancy on the job offer, sense of the person's organizational fit, and the organizational time frame to filling up the job is important, where the applicants are viewing the entire recruitment processes.